Hello, everyone. It's your girl, Chiquis, and you've reached the voicemail box for Dear Chiquis. I'm here to give you advice on anything and everything you need help with. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Maybe you're having issues with your family. Or maybe you need help figuring out how to balance your checkbook or how to start a business. Whatever the case is, I want to hear from you. Remember, these are my thoughts and opinions, and if you're suffering from an issue or hardship, you should seek help from a qualified professional. All right, now go ahead and leave your question at the sound of the beep.
Hi, Chiquis. My name is Teanna, and I really need your advice on something that I'm struggling with. So my cousin is getting married in 2 months. My cousin is more like my sister. We've literally grown up for the past 30 years together. We just came back from her bachelorette trip, and for her bachelorette trip, I helped plan and set up and pay for most of the expenses as far as decor-wise. During the trip, we had a little argument, and my cousin went behind my back and told all of her friends that I just had met on that trip that I've been talking really badly about them for months leading up until this because no one has contributed. And this isn't true because my cousin has vented to me for all of these months and her frustrations in seeing that other people haven't stepped up in the way that I have. So now moving forward for the wedding, this puts me in such an awkward position. I feel like my cousin betrayed me. Why would you throw me under the bus and say that I was the only one talking about your friends when in fact you were venting to me about these people for months? I feel like I can't trust my cousin. I feel like I'm in such a weird position to be getting ready and smiling with everyone when you've created this ugly villain image of me that isn't true, that I have to pretend and play just because you're getting married. And now I'm not even considering going to the wedding because she did this to me. So what should I do?
Ooh, Teanna, this is a tough one because it's your cousin's big day. And if you don't go, she's going to hold that against you forever. And then you probably will regret it later. And if you do go, then that's putting yourself in an uncomfortable position. So if I were you, I would be the better person and the bigger person, and I would just go to the wedding. Now, if you don't want to be uncomfortable, my suggestion is that you maybe call some type of meeting. I know it sounds a little like intense, but just for the sake of your cousin's big day, and so that you're not blamed for the rest of your guys' life, because that is something so important in a woman's life that if you do that, you're going to be more wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if right now it's your cousin was projecting, it seems like, and trying to just blame you for everything, when in reality, it's like she's projecting. She wants to cover up what she said and put it all on you. And right now it's kind of like, okay, I'm not going to ruin your day or this moment in your life. But I think it's a conversation that you need to have with her after her wedding. But I think now the important thing is so that you're not uncomfortable somewhere, that you have some type of communication with them and just say, hey guys, I know you heard this, but this is what I said. And I would appreciate, yes, if you guys can come up with something and help us out for my cousin, but I do apologize if things were misunderstood. I just don't want to be uncomfortable at the wedding. I don't want you guys to be uncomfortable. And I definitely don't want to make my cousin uncomfortable. I think you should still go personally and just kind of suck it up and just say, okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to be there for the ceremony. Maybe I won't go to the reception if you decide not to talk to them. Hopefully you can talk to them and it gets resolved. But in my heart of hearts, I feel that you should be there regardless because you don't want to regret it later. And sometimes we have to, in moments like this, set our feelings to the side and be selfless for someone else's happiness, if that makes sense. So hopefully that helps a little bit, but I hope it gets resolved. Communication is everything. So I really think that you should let it be known and how you're feeling. And again, just be wise with the words that you choose, but I think you should express it for sure. So next question comes from Jen.
Hi, Chiquis. I just would like to know how you deal with stuff mentally. I'm a young mom of 3 and I just don't feel okay. I feel like I haven't for a very long time. I'm 24 with 3 kids and sometimes I just feel like it's too much. I just don't know how to deal with my emotions. I don't talk to either of my parents. I don't have friends. I don't go out. I don't work. I was supposed to start college in 2 weeks. And the new computer that I had gotten my kids dropped soda on it, and I know it's something so small, but I just feel like little things, I just don't know how to control my emotions, and I just feel like a terrible mom.
Oh my goodness, Jen. It hurts my heart so much to hear you this way, but I'm so glad that you're reaching out and that you're asking for help. That is so good. I'm going to give you the absolute best advice that I possibly can. And I hear that where the issue is here is that you have forgotten about Jen. And it's good that you're a great mother because you focus so much on your 3 children, but also you can't forget about you and about what makes you happy. And I know it's tough not talking to your parents. I know how tough that is. But I think if you just focus on your children for now and hopefully just pray for the relationship with your parents, hopefully that will get better. I think finding the balance between being a mom and also doing what makes Jen happy is going to help you so much. Even as little as saying, you know what, I'm going to leave the kids with their dad or with whoever can help you, and I'm going to go out and get myself a pedicure. An hour of your day to go get yourself a pedicure, to just focus on Jen, what's going to make Jen happy. And if you can go back to school, because that's going to help you so much, I really hope that you can make that happen for yourself. Like, don't forget about yourself. I see so many young moms that forget about themselves after they have children. And again, I'm not a mom, so I can't even like speak too much about it, but I've seen it with my sisters, and I feel like it's so important not to lose your individuality in a relationship, even in being a mother, in friendships or whatever. Like, it's so important to still do things that make you happy and that fulfill you. Even if that means waking up a little earlier and having time for yourself and drinking a coffee or a tea outside and just realizing, okay, setting the tone to your day. Little things like that go a long way. Journaling, like, hey, this is how I feel today. I want to feel like this tomorrow. And just know you're not a bad mom. You're not alone in this. And I wish that more mothers spoke about this. And maybe we can have an episode on Chiquis and Chill about it, where we have moms come on and really talk about how they feel and how difficult it is to be a mom, because it is difficult. And you're a young mom and you have 3 kids. So don't feel guilty for feeling the way that you feel at all. That does not make you a bad person. You are a human going through a human experience. So don't forget that and be compassionate with yourself. And I'm sending you such a big, warm hug full of love and peace and everything that I want for you, because I can feel it that you are going through a lot, but it's okay. There is hope, and this too shall pass, and don't give up. You got this. It's okay. My mama was a mother of 5, single mom. And I'm sure she had these moments, but she did it. And I know you can too. You can do this. You can do this. We can do this, okay? I'm going to be praying. All right. So next question comes from Sasha.
Hi, Chiquis. I'm such a huge fan. I love you. Congratulations on your engagement. I just was wondering, how do you handle a bad body image day? You are so beautiful, and I'm so grateful that you've been open about your weight loss journey, your fitness journey, your everything journey. And while I know that self-love is a journey, there are days that are harder than others. Is there anything that you do specifically when you're feeling down or bummed out or feeling like you're doing too much comparing? Thank you so much. And congrats again. Love you.
I love you too, Sasha. Thank you so much. Thank you for those beautiful words and for your question and for listening to Dear Chiquis and Chiquis and Chill. Okay, so I think we all have those days, even men. I just think that men aren't as vocal as we are, or as emotional, quote unquote. But when I have those days, because I have them still, even now that I've lost weight, there are times when I'm just like, I'm wearing some shorts and I'm like, I see a lot of cellulite today, and I catch myself talking bad. And I'm like, wait a second, be happy. You've just lost so much weight. Stop being, so ungrateful. That's what I tell myself. Or when I'm feeling that way, when I'm feeling a little bit like not so cute, I'll point out things literally in the mirror where I'm like, you know what? I like you. I like your eyes. Or I like your smile. Or, you know what I mean? Like, really focus on what you really love about yourself. And I know it sounds kind of silly, but it really does help. But you're like, you know what? You're kind of cute. I like how your hair looks today. You know what I mean? You can find something that you love about yourself on those days where you're not feeling your best. So that is my suggestion, and it's helped me out a lot. And you're not the only one, and you're not alone, because I have those days. I just had one not so long ago, actually, where I was like, oh my gosh. So I get it and I understand. So be compassionate with yourself. Be compassionate. Sending you a big, big hug, Sasha. Okay, so our last question comes from Yesenia.
Hi, Chiquis. I am a big fan. You're so inspiring. I love you so much. I can't wait to go to your next concert. I want to know what the process was like before your very first concert. What was going through your mind? How did you build that confidence just to go up there and hacerlo? Like, that just seems like the scariest thing. I aspire to one day sing on stage, not big platform or anything, but man, that stage fright, that first step, how do you do it? Much love. Can't wait to see you again. Bye.
Hi, Yesenia. You made me smile. I don't know where you saw me, but yes, I can't wait for you to see me again, and hopefully I see you. Okay, so stage fright is real. Oh my goodness. I will never forget that first time. It was in Anaheim. My very first show was about I want to say 1,500 people. It was sold out, and I was so freaking nervous. I want to tell you, the first couple years of my performing career, because obviously going into the studio and recording is one thing, but going on stage and performing is so different. I think for the first 2 years, I was out of my body. Now I pray to be present and to, experience every single part of it, the good and the bad. But before, I just felt like I was like a little robot, just kind of okay, this is what I got to do. You know what I mean? And I want to say it was just my guardian angels that helped me through it, to be honest. But I think now more than anything is understanding that nerves are a part of it. And being nervous is a good thing. It helps you feel. It makes you feel alive. It's you're excited. You're a passionate person. You want to do a good job. I feel like nerves are good. So now I see it that way, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then once you're up there, you kind of forget. So it's kind of initially it's the first few minutes of being on stage, it's kind of oh shit, you feel all these things. And then after you're all right, cool, I belong here. And once I started telling myself I belong here, this is what I'm meant to do, this is part of my calling, everything changed. I was kind of well, this is what God wants for me. This is what I'm doing, and I'm here for a reason. So I'm just going to enjoy it. And once you tell yourself, I'm just going to go up there and have fun, game changer, girl. Game changer. Which is I'm going to have fun. And if I make a mistake, F it. I'll make a mistake and I'm going to let it be known. And I'm not going to try and to pretend that I'm perfect. And people on my team have told me oh, don't tell people that you messed up and start the song over. I'm like, why not? That's part of my show. Hey guys, sorry, I messed up. Start the song over. I've done that so many times and people tell me not to, but I'm I don't care. That's who I am. And I'm not perfect. And it's okay to make mistakes. So just have fun, babe. Kick ass on stage one day. You will. You will. Okay, Jen, Teanna, Sasha, and Yesenia, I really enjoyed hearing from you guys today. So thank you so much for trusting me with your questions. And you listeners here, feel free to leave your questions at speakpipe.com/Chiquis and Chill podcast. Don't forget, okay? Looking forward to hearing from you. Besitos a todos. This is a production of iHeartRadio and the My Cultura Podcast Network. Follow us on Instagram at My Cultura Podcast and follow me, Chiquis, that's CHIQUIS. For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and check us out on YouTube.